Victor FM.
Perceptions could change, opinions can be formed with more and accurate information. Get all sides, views and opinions on topical issues. Have your say on Perspectives with Twin Alabi at 9 a.m. Mondays to Fridays on Invicta 98.9 FM. Perspectives. All sides, all views, all individuals are welcome.
Good morning and welcome to the program Perspectives this morning on Invicta 98.9. And this morning our focus is on the state of the nation. And talking about the state of the nation, I should be telling you about what is coming out of the Nigerian state. For some people, it had never been like this before. And I'm going back by what Chinua Achebe once said in his book, There Was a Country. Recall that when the project Nigeria started, it was, a huge project, and there was a vision for this country that it would be a great country. Of course, its greatness cannot be denied, but how has it been managed? And where are we with Nigeria today? Today, we talk about the pains and agony of Nigerians, what they're facing, in these times. And of course, leadership is also worried about how to make it, easy for Nigerians. The present administration is going through a lot to see that Nigerians, would get out of the poverty, level that it is challenged with. I recall that again when this administration came, on board in 2015, promises were made, and how these promises have been kept would be, on your table, left to your imagination. But El Dorado was promised the Nigerian people. But here we are. Are we, with near the ocean? Some people say we're still far from the ocean. But again, we see government's push and government's effort to see that, we're taken out of the doldrums that we're into now. And this is part of it, the vision that this, leadership of this country has for the teeming Nigerian populace. Today, President Muhammadu Buhari's administration has promised to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty. Yes, by job creation. And it is to do this in phases. A lot of us would say, how possible? How would we do it? But again, he's taking his cue from what had happened in China, in Indonesia, and that it had happened in these countries. And so why not with Nigeria? Nigeria can also do it. And remember that we are talking about a great nation. It was a country that was said to be the giant of Africa. Some would say that, this giant has been sleeping. And of course, when will it wake up? That's, what it will be today. And it also take you back again that 774,000, jobs were to be created in all the local governments. And that again, in all of this year. And what has been, what has happened to that? Some people had said that it was, a project that had been hijacked by the APC, of course, leadership. But again, we must continue to talk about how we can make things better and how to lift Nigerians, out of this poverty that the whole world has come to see Nigeria as the poverty capital of the world. Can we do better? Can we get better? Okay, and to discuss with us this morning on this issue, I have Matthias Sadu. Matthias Sadu is convener, Hope Platform Initiative. And he's also the young statesman and also a certified project manager. My guest this morning on Perspectives. Matthias, good morning and glad to have you here.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Twain. Good to be back home.
Yeah, glad to have you here. Right? And while I was reeling out, the project Nigeria, and for some people, for some Nigerians, age would come in now about how we'd fared at a time in Nigeria. Some people said when the project started, getting to about 60 years now, that some people could come out to say it was a beautiful country. We had it, and of course we all knew about spending money, not the problem of Nigeria, and we're doling out to other countries of the world And of course, what Nigeria had done, South Africa today will remember Nigeria. Of course, Zimbabwe and the other southern states will remember what role Nigeria had played in its independence. But here we are, with Nigeria today, that some people are looking at Nigeria as one country not to go near, a pariah nation, as some people will say it. But for you, what is coming?
Now, the President Muhammadu Buhari has said that 100 million Nigerians have to be taken out of, poverty.
Mr. Tony, over the years, listen to political leaders come up with plans. The National Development Plan 1, 2, 3. If you remember, the National Development Plan, that of 1960, that of 1968 or thereabout, and that of 1963, and then that of 1975, that had so many plans on what Nigeria needed to do and what Nigerian leaders thought they were going to do to be able to take the country out of the. And then after that, we've seen the structural adjustment program, we've seen DFRE, we've seen Vision 2010, we've seen 7-point agenda, we've seen Vision 2020, we've seen ERGP. We've done seen Vision 2050, but I want to just look at these things today and be able to analyze them as I understand them. I've realized that leaders of this country often neglect the present and then always focus on what should be done in the next 20, 30 years. You have an administration that is at the twilight of its existence in the country. In the next 2 years, we are going to be going into the political space, and everything is that will be the end of these 8 years of President Muhammadu Buhari. What can President Buhari do between the next 2 years? That should be his focus. He should forget about what happens in 1950 and to even look at the composition of the people that make up that national vision. You have people in their 60s, in their 70s. How many of them will still be here in the next 30 years?
We have a court story that it could be looked at 5 years, interval, as the governor of Central Bank.
So why don't you come up with a plan for how to lift up 1 million people out of poverty within the next 1 year? Why don't you come up with a plan on how to lift up 10 million people out of poverty within the next 3 years? Coming up with a bogus plan of how to we want to lift up 100 million people out of poverty within the next 30 years, 10 years. To me, it's just one ambiguous dream that is just what you have, the traditional political grandstanding of Nigerian politicians that give out crazy dreams or crazy visions and what have you.
Matthias, national development plans had always been there, had been there even when the project in Nigeria started, and it had worked for us at the time, and so what is wrong with having development plans?
So here is the thing. Now, the point I'm trying to make is that if you have plan and maybe you have a project and you're not able to measure what's called maybe your goals, your result, what have you been able to achieve with that? Let's take this government's ERGP, for instance. Now the ERGP was established by this government, which is supposed to expire. I think it's supposed to expire in December this year. Now, the point what I want to see is that the government come and tell us, based on the implementation of ERGP, we have been able to do so, and so. And then because we have been able to farm, but the children of the president they are not in the farm. See, there are ways you can create these things to make sure that people on their own will be the ones jogging, running here and there to solve the problem. Because see, if a leader does not understand that his job is not to solve a problem per se, but to make the people to solve their own problem. If you have insecurity in an environment, The president does not need to come to that place to solve the problem of insecurity. Get the people in that place to be the ones to solve the problem of insecurity in that area. Why is that such a difficult thing to do? It is, to me, it isn't. All that is required is for the government to, the president or the leadership to have the right kind of ideas. And if you have the right kind of ideas, you solve the problem of this country in less than 2-3 years.
100 million people out of poverty or lifted out of poverty, through job creation to last, next 10 years. Is it feasible? Is it possible?
No. Absolutely no.
No, but when we were talking about agencies, we're talking about ministries, we're talking about farm and all of that. Why is it not possible?
Well, it is possible with the right kind of people in leadership. It is not possible with this caliber of people we have in government. Why? I tell you, the government has lost the trust of the citizens. So when they come up with anything, people don't buy into it. Once you cannot get the buy-in of the citizens of the country into a government project, it will fail. And the government does not have the capacity to trigger that buy-in anymore. 5 years down the line, nothing has been achieved. So what are you talking about? I'm being fair, Mr. Toya.
How fair can you be on that?
5 years down the line, I want to tell you clearly. 5 years down the line, Nigerians are buying dollar at 455 naira. Nigerians are buying fuel at 160 naira. Nigerians, 30% of young people in the country are unemployed. Over 50% are underemployed. I'm not just talking because I want to talk. I'm talking because this is the reality. I know the number of calls I receive of people that are begging me, a jobless man like me, too, that they want me to give them money. For where? It is not, we're not talking about what is just a wishful thought. We're talking about what is on the street. How much are you buying a bag of rice today? How much are you buying a bag of corn? How much are you buying chicken? I wanted to go into poultry farming. I have acquired a place, paid money. When I want to go and buy a day-old chicken, they told me it's 470 naira. A day old. It used to be 200 naira, Mr. Toyin. The feed, to buy the feed for chicken is now 4,250 naira. How do you so look at it? The society is upside down. And when we are shouting because we are concerned. It's not because we just want to criticize the government. No, as it is today, an average citizen of this country have not seen any benefit of government, and that is the plain truth. We have to be honest about it. A government focus from day one of being elected into office should be, how do I improve the per capita of every single citizen in this country? That should be the focus. What has the government been able to do in that regard? Go to McCarthy Plaza. Look at the sea of young people roaming about the street. They are not able to do anything. So it is not just being sarcastic. No, the reality on the ground is staring us in the face. You cannot drive on the... See, I want to go to my farm anytime I want to. I feel like going to the farm. But most times when I go to the farm, I have to park my car in the village to trek to the farm. Why? Because of insecurity. What are we talking about? So it's clear. So when the same government is not coming up with an idea to say, I want to do this in the next 10 years, I want to do this in the next... No, they are asking you solve today's problem. Leave tomorrow. Can you ensure that today, when I go to the market, I'm able to buy a bag of rice at 15,000 naira, as 7,000 naira, as 10,000 naira as it should be? Did you not promise me that you are going to reduce the price of dollar from then 199 to 1 naira to a dollar? Was that not what you promised? Did you not promise that they are going to sell fuel in Nigeria at 50 naira per liter? The former minister of petroleum, I remember he mentioned that. My brother, these were the things that these people promised Nigerians. Where are the results today? Where are we? We can't. It's not about being PDP or being APC or being any other political party or being a candidate of any political party. No, the truth about it is that life of the citizens of this country have gone from bad to worse.
saying that, sweeping statements like that, how can it hold? Well, again, subject to your own opinion.
Go to the street, Mr. Toyi. Go and ask the people.
Interpretation,
You will
again,
see it.
interpretation of this again would be left to the people, and so this is when I bring you people in. Let's get your thoughts on it. Nigeria today, what is playing out, and getting it better and doing it better. How can we on that? And numbers to call 081 40989, 081 40989, or 070 87800 989, 070 87800 989. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good morning to all of you, and good morning, your guest. Please, my name is Musa Bala. I have just one simple question.
All right, Musa
which
Bala,
I want your guest please to explain. Please, it's a good thing that we have good people like my friend there, John Fami, and he was contested for the presidency of Nigeria. I want to ask you, please, assuming you have won the presidency, and after you have done that, with all these promises, Nigeria is a mono economy where we normally export 2.4 million barrels of crude oil, and it was selling far above $100. And as soon as he came into office, it crashed to 32 or 25. And still on that, the insecurity in the Niger Delta makes it impossible for you to even take out 1 million barrels instead against 2.4. How do you go about making all your promises? I wish you some journey back home.
Okay.
And I wish you a fruitful, and I wish you a good harvest this season.
Okay. All right, Musa Bala, we got you on that. Still with your calls. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Honestly speaking, you are guest at top. Nigeria. Honestly speaking.
Your name, please.
Go to the market.
Your name, please.
Go to the market and see poverty.
Your name, please.
My name is Ereze, right, from Marabari.
Did you get that?
Honestly speaking, go to the market and see what is happening. If they can promise $100 million, 200 million will be sacked. How many people are sacked now? How many people are still jobless? How many people now are doing something? Nothing. Honestly speaking, we need to go back to the drawing board.
Okay.
Honestly speaking, let me say one thing. Honestly, insecurity. There is no insecurity in Nigeria. What just happened in Marabari last week, or last week I can say, honestly speaking, people are not even sleeping. Some have even packed away from their home. What is the matter there?
Okay. All right.
Oh my God.
We got you on that.
Please,
All right. I'll take one more.
Let us go back to the drawing board.
Okay. We'll take one more and then come back to our guest. Hello, good morning.
Hello, my brother, good morning.
Good morning.
Your guest is so many things.
Your name, please. Your name. Ogunwale. Okay.
God bless you. The masses of countries, you know what is happening? The lack of power. The God that creates all the nations will know the best. This change, we don't want this type of change. To it, it's a problem. Look at what we are facing. When we want to become something, we promised heaven and earth. But now we didn't hear anything. We are not surprised. The NPN, APC, all these things, they are coming to loot our property. God will help us. Bye-bye.
All right. That's Ogunwale. Matthias, over to you.
Well, I first of all answer my brother, Mr. Musa Bala. You know, he's an ardent follower of President Muhammadu Buhari. So it's quite understandable from the point of view that he's coming. But from the point of view of an average Nigerian who is on the street of the country, a leader that is willing and ready to confront the challenges of this country. I don't think that any president, and you see, the body language, the courage of the people that want to solve the problem of this country, the passion that they come with is, you know, when you look at it, you will see any man that comes to give you excuses upon excuses of how things cannot be done or how he did not expect that this would happen. is not worth sitting in that exalted office of the president.
Isn't this what we wanted? Isn't this what we asked for? I mean, we were made promises to, and we believed. And okay, promises, how far we've kept to the promises. And then there was the second term. And then we went to the polls again. And then we brought in the same people. So, is it not about us?
Well, you see, I don't know what to say about we bringing about the same people, but I can tell you that in 2015, Nigerians voted overwhelmingly with expectation. I was see, I spent my own personal money campaigning for President Muhammadu Buhari in 2015, and in 2017 I launched my own campaign to contest against him. It tells you a lot, because a lot of people were disappointed. President Buhari had the opportunity to reset the country. Lim Kwa Yu said something, and I would make sure this to you. He said, look, what we had in our hand was the trust of our citizens, and we were careful not to mess up that trust, because if we had done it, Singapore would have been finished completely. The president had the opportunity, and the citizens trusted him overwhelmingly for him to have restarted the whole thing. And all we got from when the president was inaugurated to about September 2015 was the president's body language. I have never seen where body language economy is able to put money on the foot of the citizens. And this is where we are having this catastrophic failure that we have today. And it is very, very important for the citizens of this country to call on the president to forget about 2050, should forget about 2030, he should forget about lifting 100 million people out of poverty. Lift 1 million people out of poverty and let us have their numbers. I say this is what this person used to be, and this is the solution today. If you can improve the per capita of one single citizen, if you are able to do it for one person, by you not just dishing out money from your pocket to give to them, but by increasing the person's productivity, or by creating a platform for that person to be able to put his own skill to work and be able to earn, you can do it for millions of other people. But if you are not able to do it, whatever if you like promise people that you're going to lift 300 million people out of poverty, if you are not able to do it with one person, you can't do it for two people.
Thoughts of my guest this morning on the program Perspectives. Matthias Sado, would like to thank you so very much for coming on the program. Okay, that's just about the size of it on Perspectives. I'm talking about Nigeria today. Matthias Sado, convener, Hope Platform Initiative, Young Statesman, and Certified Project Manager. And we're looking at the state of the nation. Dashin, thank you for connecting us with the people this morning. And Wisdom, thank you for putting us in the pictures. It's a weekend, and have yourself a wonderful weekend. Good morning.